Buy, buy, buy. No, guys, not the dip. I'm talking about the Tesla puts. Yes, buy Tesla puts. That is exactly the alert that we sent out yesterday on September 6th. So as you can clearly see yesterday, here it is at 12:51. Buy, buy, buy Tesla puts. And specifically, we recommended buying Tesla 265 puts, which at the time was trading at $283. And we're suggesting that by today, it was going to hit a target price of $255. You can clearly see a couple of other alerts that were sent out was ATHN, 140, 145 bucks. That stock fell as well today. Fizz, F-I-Z-Z, 120 put September 21st. That dropped $8 today. Okay, but here, let's take a look specifically what happened with Tesla, right? So Tesla today, September 7th, here's how for every $60 they invested yesterday, if you executed this trade, you got as much as $1,300 back today. Yes, I know it may seem a little ridiculous if you're used to just trading stocks, but if you're new to trading options, this is the reality. And by the way, guys, if you've one of the people that did take that trade, place a comment somewhere along this video where people can see how much you made on this trade, okay? So anyways, the recommendation was to buy 265 puts. At the time of the recommendation, they were selling at 0.6, so that's where the $60, right? When you buy a put option, take that amount times 100 because each contract controls 100 shares. And so today, those contracts were worth 13 times 100, that's $1,300. So that's an easy return of over $2,000, 2,000%, I'm sorry, in 12 hours. All right, here's how the picture looks. So this was Tesla trading at 283 yesterday, September the 6th. And that is the time, at the time the alert went out yesterday. Today, this morning, Tesla dropped to a low of 252 and 25 cents. On that difference, okay, if you own these 265 contracts, you were buying them yesterday for 60 cents, you were selling them today for 13 or 1,300 bucks. Now, here's what you may be thinking. Well, how did you know about this? Okay, so did you know, maybe you knew this was going to happen? That Elon Musk picture of smoking weed was going to be all over the place today? Maybe you're thinking, well, were you there smoking with him? And the answer is, well, I didn't. But you also may be thinking, how did you know that the CFO would resign? Tesla CFO abrupt resignation, and a bunch of details to follow that. Well, guys, the answer to all of these questions, how did I know about the weed? How did I know about the CFO resigning? The answer to that is quite simple, okay? It's all in the charts. Of course, I didn't know the specifics of what was going to take the stock down, but many times we can analyze the charts and predict this. I'm not going to go into a lot of details. You've heard me talk in other videos plenty about the black candle phenomenon, which is clearly what we see this. There's a death cross developing right here, which kind of gives you a clue of where the stock could be going next. If you have not taken the chart course, see that trade was specifically placed based on this chart right here and a couple of other charts in different time frames. So if you'd like to learn how to make predictions like this, how to profit from things before they actually take place. So clearly, everybody was buying Tesla puts today when Tesla dropped all the way to maybe 250, 255 level. Now, that was probably one of the worst times to buy them, right? Because, you know, the general public gets to know the news when the stock is already down or when the stock is already up. So how do you actually get the information before it takes place? Again, the answer is simple. It's right here in the charts. Now, clearly, if you're not signed up for our alerts yet, you should do that so you wouldn't miss out on trades like this that produce over 2,000% in the returns. Now, it seems like just a few days ago, I was making a video shorting Tesla at this level right here, 375, 376. Now I'm sending out the alerts shorting Tesla at 283, which is 90 bucks, and now it's trading at 250 to 60. Here, take a quick look at this when we were actually recommending the channel to short Tesla at 375, 376. Here it is. What if it does go all the way to 420 bucks? Well, here's a few reasons why I am buying more put options on Tesla this morning. Look at this, from 340 to 387, literally within just a few hours. All the shorts looks like they were running for cover. Well, in my view, this is a great opportunity to short the stock. The fact that Elon Musk presented taking the firm private idea in the way that he did actually, to me, speaks as a weakness. He didn't specify who's financing the deal. He didn't give any details. So to me, it's just talk. It's a bluff. I would compare this to playing poker. Clearly, to me, Elon Musk does not have the best hand of cards. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what's next for Tesla? Well, what we're seeing in not so distant futures, 190 to maybe a $220 price target, right around there. Now, we're not recommending necessarily shorting it at the lower levels if it drops on Monday. We were recommending shorting Tesla when it made a bounce to 267. And so we were actually, for those of you that are active traders, you would have received an alert earlier to short it, buy some puts at 260. Again, for 60, 70 cents, they did quadruple in value throughout the day today. And also, we were suggesting buying next week's Tesla puts after it bounced. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to short the stocks when they are at the ultimate lows of the day. You want to wait for the bounce. So if there's anything you can learn from this is short any bounce in Tesla. And if you're not sure how to short the bounce, if you're new to trading stocks and you're not clear on how to profit from stocks falling, this is probably the best description I can give you of this. If you've never done that, shorting any bounce is exactly the opposite of buying every dip. And if you'd like to learn more specifically how to do that, then click some of the links below this video. Now, apparently a lot of guys that are trying to get some answers, they're just clicking the top link below this video. There's a little thing that says there more. So if you click that little M-O-R-E word, you're going to be able to display a bunch more information in the description below this video. So that's how you can find out all the courses that we're offering, so you can learn how to sign up for our subscriptions on these alerts and specifically what are requirements for that. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, where the heck is this market going next? What is the market's next move? As mentioned in the video yesterday, based on our 13 markets move formula, the market was going to do pretty much nothing today. In other words, no big drop, no big rise, and that's exactly what happened. Now, also, if you haven't watched that video, it should be displayed, the link for that somewhere at the end of this video. Definitely do that, because I go a little bit of secrets, a little bit of secret formula that we use to determine what is the market's next move. And so clearly the formula predicted precisely what was going to take place today, and it did. And also what the formula was showing, the 13 markets move formula, which is highly desirable for anyone to learn that is day trading, is that there's probably a further drop developing in next week. So if you're trading weekly options, if you're a trader, a high intensity trader searching for huge returns, if you're day trading stocks and you'd like to learn how to lock in these 2,000% returns on some of these trades, definitely could use this information to profit next week. So I just want to bring a couple of things real quick about what makes us even more bearish going into next week. And so here's some of the things that have happened today that has not happened in months. And before I show you the next slide, take a wild guess which stock that seemed like it could just not go lower at any point in the future. Which stock actually sold off today like crazy in the last half hour of today's session? Just take a wild guess. Okay, hopefully you had enough time to do that. Here it is. Apple and tariffs were mentioned in the same sentence today, but this time market took it quite seriously, and here's what happened to Apple in the last 30 minutes. So here's the drop from 225 all the way to 220.63. Now for Apple, it doesn't trade like Amazon, where Amazon drops $50, $60 in one day, right? So this is actually a pretty significant move for Apple. We believe that this move is going to intensify on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We could see Apple going lower, and if that is going to take place, then it's going to impact the entire tech sector. So in other words, stocks like Amazon and Google, we think they're going to go even. Today, if you observe the action in Amazon, it didn't do much, right? In other words, they were not buying this dip. Technically speaking, some financial institutions could have said, oh, you know, buy this dip, buy this dip. But looking at the observations today, right, the stock just traded between 1970 and 1940 today. It really didn't go higher. It didn't drop. Pretty much stayed where it was. The whole idea here is they could have bought the dip, but they did not buy the dip. And you can pull up other charts of other stocks, you know, Google and, you know, just some of the best stocks in the view of the financial institutions that are putting billions of dollars invested in the stock market. So in their view, this is not the time to buy the dip. So maybe they're waiting for the stock prices to come down even lower. So looking at that information plus looking at what's taking place with Apple makes us believe that next week the prices could go even lower, which still represents some great opportunities. So don't feel bad if you missed out on Tesla. It's a good time to short it on the bounce at any point next week. Now, here's what we believe would be a good short. I'm going to give you one good short idea that we believe is going to produce some good results over the course of the next few weeks. Now, we were mentioning this was going to take place in some prior videos. And here's specifically what we've mentioned in those videos was the BKNG death cross. Okay, and so clearly today, September the 7th, this death cross, you can definitely see it. Now, if you have been on top of all the videos that we post here on this channel, we actually predicted that this death cross was going to take place in the near future when there was no death cross, when the distance, by the way, the death cross is a very bearish signal. For those of you that may not know that, it signifies that, you know, there could be substantial downside for the stock. In one of the videos, I actually dared to predict in the next few months BKNG could drop as low as $1,520. And I think the move is just about to start taking place here. But if you've been following the videos, you would have heard me say something to the extent when I was trading here that I see this blue line, which is the 50-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average, at some point in the near future, they were going to cross. And that was going to basically create a signal for some further selling. So right now, we correctly predicted this $200 drop in the stock. Since then, it bounced. We've caught some really nice trades when it dropped further here, when it dropped further recently. And right now, we believe there's going to be one new lag forming in the stock going lower. So, guys, it's been an incredibly busy day. I hope that you took action on the alert yesterday on the Tesla trade. If you haven't, or maybe you didn't know that you could be receiving alerts like that, again, just take advantage of the links in the description below this video. Take the chart course so you can understand on how to execute this trades. Sign up for the alerts. Make 2018 your most profitable trading year ever. Don't waste any time, guys. Life is too short, okay? Take action now. The markets are incredibly fun to trade in the months of September, October, November, okay? Guys, get the information that you need to stay profitable in the course of the next few months so you would know, so you would have an exact plan, so you would have an exact process of how to generate these great trading ideas. Thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend.